happened to us on this trip. And would you believe, just a few days ago, at least 3 of us saw some strange strobing lights in the sky. And I want Janet to come over here in a minute, because she's better at the computer than me, and she can explain a little bit more of this. But not only did we have strange lights, which we all thought was absolutely fantastic for our record of this trip, that night, 2 of us also had some strange things happen. We actually heard, and I still want to apologise to a dear friend of mine who I blamed for the noise, was as I went to bed and was gradually falling asleep, I heard what sounded like a wooden door really banging with the wind, like, what on earth are you doing out, going out, getting something at this time of night and letting the door bang, plus furniture, heavy furniture being moved, or at least sound like a washing machine. And I'm going, oh my goodness me, Dan, why don't you go to bed? I really need to sleep. And this happened, not just once, but this happened at least half a dozen times. And you know what it's like, guys, don't you? You're just going to a lovely place where you're just switching off and you know you're going to go to beautiful deep sleep and it's bang! And your whole body is jerked awake again and you could kill anyone in sight for doing it. Well, that's what I got to for at least half a dozen times, to the point that I was about to get out of bed and make sure it never happened again. So I was feeling pretty seriously not happy. The next morning, I was going to say something about this, look, you know, just be a bit quiet, you know, tonight. And another lady on the trip said to me, Mary, what was those noises last night? And I said, well, I know who I think it was. And she said, hold on a minute, she went to bed just after me. So I said, what? So who was making all those noises? And she said, I don't know. Were they loud? And then she said, and somebody came in last night. She said, you know, about 2 in the morning. And it was a male voice, and it said, I need to talk with you. And then a female voice saying, come in. And we thought one of us got lucky. But sadly, nobody did. So this is getting really funny, and we're realizing that something really strange is going on. But it gets better. And I would like now Janet to explain what she does when she's here at any kind of gathering like this. She takes a lot of photographs very, very quickly in succession because she sees some strange things in the room. Now, let's take it from there. This is going to mess up my hair, you know that.
Thank you. Yes, as you see, I take a lot of photographs using flashlight, and I noticed some people here in the room have done so as well. And there was actually, during the break, a lady coming up to me and showing me balls of light that she had photographed during my lecture, which doesn't surprise me because over the last 11 years, I've become very sensitive to the energy of what I call the circle makers, and they are very, very present here tonight, very tangibly present. So that's really why I shoot the photographs, because I know that the photographs pick up, or the camera picks up so much more than our naked eye does. 2 nights ago, was it 2 nights ago? Yes, we did a presentation in Bunbury. And on one of the photographs, instantly, when I looked at it, I saw something that should not have been there. I did a whole series of photographs standing on one particular place in the room. So all the photographs showed exactly the same angle, the same position. And on one of them, there was a blur that wasn't supposed to be there. Now it's actually on this photograph, and I'll show you the place where to look at. And it's this place, and I will zoom in for you. And you can make of this what you want. Well, according to the sounds in the audience, some of you picked up on it straight away. I'll give you a little hand. This is Mary. This is her laptop in front of a lady in the audience. And this blur shouldn't have been there. Make of it what you will, but for those who need a little bit of help, I used Photoshop, added a a little bit of contrast. That is all I did. That is all I did. And we have the original still on the chip of my camera, unaltered, ready to be checked by anybody who's skeptic. So we didn't mess around with it. And we certainly recognized some sort of alien being, for whatever it's worth. But according to these sounds that I just picked up on, I think a lot of you did, and a lot of you recognized it. It's not exactly the same, but you can recognize the pointy chin, the almond eyes, the cone-shaped head that so many of us, like millions and millions of people, have seen all over the world. And this, we just wanted to share this with you. For whatever it's worth, you can make of it what you wish. But this is not a normal dust particle. Let's face it.
I would like to say to you that I've often been told that people have seen strange things around me when I talk, and I often sense energies that I believe are helpers for when I do my work. And this particular night, I have to say that I felt very supported. And what was also interesting is we went to see the young lady and talked to her that was actually directly in front of this photograph. The next day, she worked in a shop in Bunbury. And we asked her what she remembers of that night and how she felt about it. And she, without any prompting, said that she felt a strange energy on her right side as she was faced, as you saw the back of her head. On her right side, notice it wasn't on her left, because on her right side was actually this image. And also that her father commented that he felt this strange buzzing energy really close to him at that time. So I found it really interesting that we had confirmed from her that she felt some unusual thing was actually manifesting or happening at that time. In fact, she was quite emotional about it. So all I can say to you is make of it what you will, but I will tell you there's only a few photographs in the world that have been taken where such images have been found, and they're usually taken where nobody's seen anything. But once it's been developed, there has been sometimes an image like this, but I only know of a very few. And this is certainly the first time that I've had anything like this manifest close to me. And as someone said, it looks very like you, Mary, so all I can say is maybe it was my cousin. And he didn't tell me he was coming that night. And you are the very first in the world, because this is going to go out there, the very first in the world to actually see this photograph. So I don't know how you feel, but I think for me it felt like a wonderful privilege. I hope you've enjoyed this evening. I want to thank all of you for being a most amazing audience, for your kindness and your tolerance. But I'd also like to say we've got a very limited time now because we've gone over time, I'm afraid. So questions will have to be very, very